Good day, everyone. My name is Aki Sheyando, and I'm here with Sapo. He will introduce himself before he begins to speak. But I'm the admin of the Think Obanjoku platform, which is the most active Obanjoku platform on social media, which is based on WhatsApp. So practically, there's an issue that there has come up there, and there was a lot of arguments in recent times. These are transpired between making elders and young people argue over situations that are supposed to be mutually settled for the benefit of us all. So that's the reason why we are here today with him who started the conversation in the group. So, sir, I want you to highlight the situation, and also you also bring to us your point of view, because this video will be shared in the group, and any other person who has a contrary opinion to whatever you have to say has the right to express himself. But let's begin by highlighting the reasons why you hold that opinion which you were expressing in the group.
Yeah, like you had asked.
Yeah,
I will give a very brief information about myself.
yeah.
I've been long enough in the political circle to understand how it works. I started being active since 2003. In 2010, I contested for local government chairman in AC then.
AC is
Action Congress.
Action Congress.
Then it was AC before we got to ACN in this same local government. I had also had a stint, and but in the House of Assembly.
Yeah.
And though because of the environment then that was not friendly with opposition parties, they were not sensitive elections. We were not sensitive in the field. In 2014 to 2015, congresses of the APC, I emerged the zonal organizing secretary for South. That kept me as a member of the national ESCO of APC, having meetings with the president, the governors, and whatever hierarchy you can think of in APC for 4 years.
That's nationally
of within the Oyegun tenure. So, and to me, my ideology about politics is, if politics is not a means to serve the people, then it's not worth doing.
Okay.
If it is not so, then there is no need for it. And also, that power belongs to the people. Whatever the people give to you, they're not giving you because if they don't give to you, you have anything to do to them. They give you because maybe that's how fate wants it. But if the fate is against you, you take it.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you watch me on the Think Obanjoku platform, I mentioned critically that we should expect that maybe one day Honorable Lego will get something from us again, the people, because of the way he reacted in the last election he lost.
So how do you mean? Explain more so that we can understand you further in regards to that. Highlight it a little bit before you proceed.
Okay. Look at Lego. He lost election to his brother. Out of that brotherly love, he considered defeat. He did not go to the tribunals. He stayed off any form of crisis. Came back to the people, appreciated them, said, "Oh, thank you, well done for what you have done. You gave me 8 years, and if you say I should not go again, who am I to force my will on you people?" And I agree that is fate. I hold nothing against anybody. You are my brothers. He still did Christmas, I think, whatever, New Year ceremonies, he gave cows, he gave money, supported people. If a man behaves like that, you should learn to, then you know that that's a good sport man. Imagine the Achunika scenario. Ashakia got the certificate of return, went to his house, took his church pastor, some leaders of thought, went there. The man didn't even attend to them. They were in his parlor, he was in his room. He had to call his campaign DG to come and send them away, that they should leave his house. He doesn't want to attend to them. What level of bitterness is that? Does he hold power himself? It is the people that give power. They didn't give to him. He should take it in good faith. But that level of bitterness, if we allow it to prevail, then the man will begin to hold a sense of responsibility that whatever political situation he wants, we must give it to him. But is that how it works? No king rules forever. If you are a king too, you know you have a time that the scenario will take the sin will take you away. So I feel like we should hold him responsible for that anger. That the way he acted in the course of losing the election is bad. The election that he lost, nobody rigged it. Look at what happened in Mbusi Ward. The votes that came out of Busi, all of us know that were not real. I'm sorry about how the Busi people will look at it. There was no way you're going to have those number of votes out. But unfortunately,
how do you mean? Go further, explain it. The votes that came out, how many were the votes, and how did you analyze it?
I may not look at those, I may not have the figures.
No, yeah, just estimate
but the
it by
fact
percentage.
That whatever came out of Busi cannot be justified. I had argued that one even in different discussions. But we left all those things, and God said Ashakia should win.
No, sir, the Busi thing, I need you to explain it further so that we can have a small insight about it. So
look at Busi. Okay, look at Busi 4, for instance. And you tell us that about 180 votes came out of Busi 4 or thereabout. I can't remember the figures.
Yeah.
So, and where are the women live there? The houses in Busi 4 are less than 10.
Okay, so that's Busi 4 is less than the number of the votes that were counted.
The whole population of both children and adults is fucking less than the votes. So, but we left all those things.
You should hold a deeper contribution to the social contract which we should present, because right now, as it stands, I believe that the election is not over. There are some polling units that are still not counted. Yes, in this Achonikan and Ashakia's election, right? Okay, now I believe that from those very polling units in those communities, we don't have certainty over what will happen. We just depend on the will of the people from those regions, because those people can make a decision depending on what they think that is right for them. They are elders, just like you have always pointed out, that elders can sit down and take a decision over anybody in a community setting like this in our urban. That is how it operates here. So if the elders in those communities have a different opinion, hold a different opinion from what they held earlier, don't you think that there can be something else that can happen? Or do you think that you have this, your opinion has to be believed by people? So convince us more on highlighting sectors which were neglected and behaviors of this legislator, apart from the fact that he has stayed for long. Let's say Joe Biden of USA, he was in the Senate when he was 31 years, and progression until he was vice president when Obama was president, and he became president. Now, so I believe that this kind of progression can even help. Ahmed Lawan, who was former Senate president, has been in the Senate for a lot of years. So I think that this is being there for long and reacting badly, which I'm just hearing that from you, and I don't know how to react to that situation, because even me, if I come to your house and send me away, I won't like it. So if he sent a representative that won the election away, then it's not good. But let's talk about the facts and the figures that are involved in this particular situation, which point at performance. Now, because performance is what the people agitate for when they come out to vote. Now, even the people in those particular polling units may be watching this video, and I hope that they should, so that they can have this video as an insight, so that as they are going to cast their vote, many people who believe your opinion can take it, others who hold a different opinion can be able to highlight their opinions, which will present our platform for anyone that is ready and willing to come and highlight his opinion about this issue or any other issue that concerns politics and leadership and all of that. So I think that this is necessary that you highlight further on performance, the reason why you feel that actually can rest and let the people's will prevail. To you, the people's will is that actually Gan lost. To other people, it could be that he feels that the people's will is that he won. So maybe he sent those people away because he felt cheated. So I think you should convince us and give us more reasons, practical reasons why we should accept and believe this idea that you have brought forth.
What happened in Bayaga and in Newcomb? It's not that the people didn't vote or their opinion was not expressed. It's a technical issue that the how to call that issue? The beavers did not record what happened. That's a technical issue.
Okay, yes.
The beavers didn't record the accredited figures.
Okay.
So the beavers was blank. That one is not Ashakia's fault. It's not Balapo's fault. It's not Bayaga's fault. It's an INEC fault.
Yes.
If the judiciary,
neither is it actually Ghana's fault.
Yes.
Okay.
If the judiciary were fair, because right away we are all arguing that the judiciary is not doing the right thing. Yeah. The whole country is complaining.
Yes, that's
So,
on a national scale.
on a national scale, we are complaining. We also feel like, on a good day, this is nobody's fault. There's an aspect of the Electoral Act, I may not put it correctly, that says that if that machine did not do accreditation, provided any argument, because the agents of APC were supposed to have raised such arguments from the polling unit, we were supposed to have raised it at the collation center. But if those arguments were not raised because they were satisfied, the collation agent was satisfied. Collation officer collated. The returning officer from the ward announced. That scenario alone gives a legitimacy to the election.
Yes.
So, and that aspect is the same problem we have in Kano, where they are now looking for a loophole, and they just want to make sure they get Kano at all costs. That these votes, whether the ballot papers had no INEC logo. So, does anybody print ballot papers?
No.
INEC went to court and said the ballot papers had no logo, it's our fault. But we are authenticated them by stamping on them, presiding officer stamp, this one stamp, and they said no. So it's the same scenario. So I am feeling that problem is for the judiciary. If they want to kill their image, it's their business. Back to the people. If the people actually wanted Ashakia, for whatever reason, they should maintain their stand. I know there will be a lot of intimidation. There will be security intimidations. There will be people trying to hijack. It may even get to the extent of filling result sheets and bringing them to the polling unit. Now, what happened in Kogi State? But as far as Obalekbo are concerned, I am requesting that every Obalekbo person will pick interest in those 2 polling units. And on a very good day.
Is it only 2 polling units?
Yes, only 2 polling units. All of us in Obalekbo will be there. We will sit down. Nobody is quarreling. 1 man, 1 vote. 1 man, 1 vote. That is the situation we expect. If anybody go beyond that.
But I think the INEC has their supervisors and their agents that are going to work in there. What if the security agencies decide that only the people are designated by INEC are allowed in the polling unit during the course of this election? What will happen? This will now result into rancor, right?
But like I said earlier, we are ignoring the judiciary to their own fault. But now,
that's on the Obalekbo matter.
Yeah, on the Obalekbo matter. Everybody in Obalekbo, I encourage all of us to be interested in this election. It's just 2 polling units. We're not going to vote there. But let us make effort, contribute our own little quota to ensure that the right thing is done. The right thing we're expecting. Nobody is fighting, nobody is quarreling. It's going to be 1 man, 1 vote.
Okay.
Yeah, but anything outside that.
Okay, so now, how sure are you that if it is 1 man, 1 vote according to the structure you have presented, how sure are you that it is going to go the way that you have advised? Because I wanted you to highlight performance. That's what I aimed at. I said, what are the performance related things you are pointing out to us? That look at the reason why we are saying we should let Ashakia continue, because that is why you feel that it is the will of the people, because this is personal opinion we are trying to expand upon.
Yeah, generally, apart from the African context, we are not supposed to expect physical infrastructural commitments from the legislators.
Yes.
But now we are bound to the fact that it is the same legislators that are asking for constituency vote. So we are not using it to judge them. Ordinarily, if they were doing the job as legislators, we will not be talking about borehole this, that on their own case, because they are supposed to make laws. But we are also, Ajunika had pushed himself into a situation in government and in the house, where he contributes nothing except that which the executive asks him to say. That is our problem.
Okay, he has contributed nothing.
Nothing on his own except that which the governor had asked him to go and protect. And there was a time I had a personal discussion with him. I asked him, I said, why is it that the House of Assembly members appear not to have opinion? He told me that the government is a system, and that whatever the system wants, you don't go against it. I don't think we encourage that. If we are encouraging that kind of those quality of people to come.
Okay, that you are saying, you said government is a
system. that whatever the system wants you to do, that is what you do. That means on your own you have no opinion. I got so what? Is that the kind of country we're going to live for our children? Children are getting very intelligent. I have a 1-year-old child that is so intelligent that I don't even know a 1-year-old child can be that sound. That is to say, the next 10 years, he's going to ask me questions I can't answer.
Yes, it's true.
That is so we must start correcting the situation. If we have people who have no opinion, we throw them away. Let's have people who have opinion. The quality of Achunika in the House of Assembly is like, if the governor say 1 + 1 is equals to 1 million, he will say, since the governor say 1 + 1 is equals to 1 million, then the Greeks that brought mathematics, they were wrong. Then the governor is correct. So how do you now have a country that will work, a state that will work with those quality of people?
But now, how are we sure that all the Ashakia you're talking about, what do you have as the assurances to give to us? Like I was talking about the social contract. Now, have you discussed with him also? Because when you quoted that you discussed with Achunika, I believe that your judgment is coming from your discussions with both of them.
Yes.
So now I'm asking, how did you access your discussion with him? Let's start from there.
I had a discussion with her as a player, and I told him that this is what we are expecting. I said, you're a father. Are you going to leave a country that won't work for your children? Are you going to leave a state that won't work for your children? And in the course of discussion, I realized that the man is not a coward. He just needs some peace. He needs to see things work. He is a typical representation of the opposition in the House of Assembly. Now look at Honorable Rita is not there. We're going to expect so much from him. So the man is doing well. He's not going there to fight him. We have discussed with Ashakia. Actually, Nika didn't allow anybody to discuss serious matters like that with him. If you try to advise him that, okay, look this direction, this is what we expect, he will say no, that he's part of a system and that he cannot go against the system. But Ashakia have not said so. Ashakia says he's representing us. We can talk to him. We can make him reason. We can make him make some statements that will make Obaleko cry. So in that case, we give him that support. We're not going to return somebody who just believe in a system, who just believe that the system say this, I will say this. So it will get to a time where the system will say, don't go and pregnant your wife and you come back to your house and go and change the room. That is not a country we want to build. I am expecting that we will build a country in a very near future that our children will be proud of. So
can you quote some things that Ashakia said to you while you had your conversations? You quote some notable things that really hit you, because you quoted something and said that Chunigang said to you that government is a system, you don't go against the system. It's a notable quote. Now, how about Ashakia? Was there anything notable from this conversation with you?
When I had a discussion with Ashakia, I asked Ashakia, we are in the House of Assembly. We are having issues in the valley. Some people don't have water. For instance, and you are expected to push for water. The government will be interested. Are you going to get angry in the House and draw the attention of government? Ashakia told me that he had served government, retired, and that he doesn't have anything to lose. That the only pain he will have is if the Ubaleko people are not going to be satisfied with him. That even if he die, he will not be happy in the ancestral world. So that whatever he is doing today is like a sacrifice even to his own personal comfort. He doesn't care. That except the person will kill him, he will go. But if you are not killing him, whatever has to do with Obaleko, he will stand by it to the last extent of his blood. And I say, look, we are going to stand behind you. This issue of system that provoked Obaleko. We met in Akafa's school, Chief in Akafa's school, as Obaleko APC. There we tried to talk about the House of Reps coming to Obaleko. Achunika said, he cannot run against the system. We say, Oga, go and run for House Assembly. We're going to give House of Reps, we'll give you support. He said, no, there is a system. He cannot go and fight the system. That Obaleko, we should allow the House of Reps to go to Mekwara. If we did not rise up as a people, the House of Reps would have gone to Mekwara. But the same system that he was comfortable in would have undermined Obaleko as a people, but with a particular interest that he had. He wants to finish House of Assembly and go to House of Reps. So even if the whole of Baleku people are called cowards, he doesn't care. What he cares is that let him finish House of Assembly and go to House of Reps.
Okay, so that was his own intention.
It was in a public setting.
Okay,
it was not even personal. Okay. It was in Nakefe's school.
Okay, at Cornerstone.
Cornerstone, where Baleku people met. I felt very embarrassed. I said, how can we begin to call this kind of people leaders? When we can't even remember when last an Baleku person got a job in this country. And if you say, send somebody to represent you, don't send a coward. You will send a man who will stand for you, even at gunpoint. So I feel like you don't give power to somebody on sympathy grounds. Whatever Baleku Atunika expects Baleku to give to him was more on sympathy grounds.
Now, how do you expand upon that to make it clearer that what he wanted from the people was on sympathy ground? How do you feel that it was on sympathy ground?
Yeah, sympathy ground on basis of two. He's not going there to represent us. He just wants us to get him an office where he will raise revenue to be able to pay his bills. That is the sympathy. It was not because he was representing anybody for any reason whatsoever.
No, but he even did a culvert somewhere in Sankola now. Culvert leading to Basang Road now. He did one culvert there like that sometime in the past. So if a leader that remembers the people and can do that, how do you write him off completely?
That was when he realized that the election was going to be difficult for him. He did not just do that on the normal ground. When he realized that he had stiff competition against him, it's no longer as usual. Actually, can carry chop. This one was because he knew that there was an issue. Someone was campaigning against him. He now went and started doing culvert. But by the way, he was doing the culvert as a person or from a constituency fund. It was a constituency project. If there was no reaction, that same constituency vote he used to receive, he would have spent all that money on his own without doing that culvert. So it was a reaction to the fact that the people no longer wanted it. So that was how he reacted. But I'm not even condemning him as a person as if he is of no value. But like I said earlier, if he had shown appreciation, that since from when he left Polytechnic, he has been surviving on the goodwill of Ubaleku. Then when he lost his election, come back and tell us, my people, if I have offended you, and this is the reason why I didn't get this election, please don't throw me away. I'm your son. I'm your brother. And allow that this man who has won, who is his brother? This Ashakia is from Basa, he's not even from Bendi. So what am I really expecting from Ashakia? Allow him go. Maybe in 2027 he come back again and sit down with us and say, no, this thing where I've been going, so the thing don't claim me. Can you people consider me? That's consciousness that he was a good loser. Would have even made him a good winner some other time.
This very good loser consciousness is what I'll be asking about. That is it good enough for us to begin to get leaders that will not perform well, and then we use the consciousness of the fact that you are a good loser to give you the chance to go again? This is a very major.
Now listen, on a general note,
yes,
the country is failing. When we say this country has failed as a nation, as it is now,
yes,
or maybe from 2015 till today, we've not.
These ones are serious allegations.
Yeah, I'm saying we have failed. Okay, good. Let us take indices here. You are from Ketin. Between 2015 and 2023, Ketin persons that graduated from the university,
a lot of
from the colleges and polytechnics,
a lot, in hundreds.
Let's say they are in hundreds.
Yes,
I am very sure that not up to 5 of them have gotten jobs. Is that not a failing situation or a failed situation? From Obudu to Ikom is 100 kilometers. The road is completely bad. From 1999, that road has been bad till today. Has anybody fixed it?
I think the Leofina had the contract to fix it recently, just a couple of months ago now.
Leofina is not a construction company. It's a criminal thing. Where is Leofina? I was there, I saw some equipment there, they say it's Leofina. Some of them were having government equipment. And they said they were doing road, the next thing they disappeared. So it's a kind of a conduit to take government money. It's not a company. If government want to do job, they should go look for a company.
So how did government award contracts to a company like that?
I have told you that the country is in a failing situation, or it has failed. So now, because the country has failed on its own, to begin to put the failure completely on Achunika alone is not the best. That's why I say I'm not condemning him. The failure is not just that of Achunika. It is also possible that Achunika would have moved motions, would have also prepared some bills, would have raised issues about Obaleku, and the executive will not answer. Just like in Abuja, we also condemn Lagos. It also is possible that he had raised issues that the executive did not respond.
But those motions are always public now. They are not private now. So if they were raised, they're supposed to be.
So I am saying that because the country failed generally, the failure is no longer just one person's responsibility.
Okay.
It's that of the government generally, except me and you who are not in government.
Okay.
So, but now, being a good brother, you now manage it with wisdom, and people will still give you some level of confidence. Yeah. So I'm saying that it is true that Obaleku voted for Ashakia. And for Obaleku to show that they cannot be cowards, they have to maintain their position.
Summarily, you tell us the problems that occurred that resulted in the cancellation of the results in those polling units, apart from just the BVAS, the accreditation, or is it just the accreditation that was not recorded?
Yes.
That was just the primary.
That is what the court say.
Okay.
That the accreditation was not recorded.
Okay. Actually, I went to the tribunal.
Yes, and raised those issues.
Okay.
That the accreditation was not recorded.
Okay.
And that is where the problem is. Okay. So the same people who voted against him are there. Okay. I'm sure nothing has really changed. Okay. They will still vote against him. But what we are saying, both INEC and the security, they must play neutral because it's none of their business. It's an Obaleku matter. We are all going to be there.
Okay.
Let the people do one man, one vote, finish.
No problem. I think any other person that has any other contrary opinion will be able to voice it after watching this. But thank you very much for watching with us today. Sir, please, you just say your name again to the camera so that they can know you as they watch this interview to the end.
My name is Paul.
Add those your long titles.
I am the former APC Zonal Organizing Secretary for South and a member of the National ESCO from 2014 to 2018.
Okay.
So I'm a public, I'm a community leader.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm a traditionalist, a cultural activist, and I'm a humanist. So I believe more in people. So I don't even believe I'm a humanist. The welfare of the people is my interest. I'm not waiting for God to help a man. I feel like a man should help another man so that we have a good society.
Thank you, sir.